Okay, so we're going to do a class this evening that's got a lot of looking at flexibility in our shoulders and our hips. So sometimes things will be quite easy for you to do. Other times I'm going to give different options because some of the stuff does need quite a lot of mobility if you want to level up to the next level, but equally you don't have to do that. It's your practice, it's your body. So most of it is going to be open to everybody anyway. I'm just going to give a few options as we go through. So as always, rest if you need to rest. Adjust if you need to adjust. If something doesn't feel good, don't do it. If something, if you go past a point of sensation, then obviously move back out the pose and just be kind to yourselves. So we're going to start off in an easy seat. So whether that be on your knees or cross-legged or with your legs out front or in wide leg, it doesn't really matter, but just start in an easy seat. And we're just going to circle through the shoulders a few times, really squishing them up to the ears and then down the back. So really bring the shoulders up and then take the shoulder blades down the back. Really nice circles, just a few, taking them back. And then we're going to bring them forward. So squeeze the shoulder blades behind your back and then roll the shoulders forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind and then roll them up and forwards. Just a few of those as well. Excellent. And then moving the breath with the arms as well to keep that movement in the shoulders. So we'll start by inhaling the arms up above our heads, having a little pause at the top, and then exhaling the arms in a nice big circle until the hands come back down near your hips. Inhaling the arms up through the front. Little pause at the top, and then exhale, hands down towards the hips. Inhale the arms up through the front. Pause at the top, holding that breath in, and then exhale, hands down towards the sides. Two more like this, so inhaling up the front. Pause, and then exhale. Really keeping the breath nice and smooth with your arm movements. So inhaling all the way up, nice and smooth. Keep inhaling, inhaling. Pause. And then exhale again, making that breath really even and in sync with the arm movements. Good. Okay, this time we'll bring the elbows and the wrists together in front of us. As we inhale, open those arms up and really open the chest, keeping the elbows high. And then exhale, squeeze those elbows together again, really feeling that movement through your chest as well. Inhale to open. And then exhale, squeeze them together, squeezing the chest muscles. Inhale, really expand and open, keeping those elbows high. And then exhale, squeeze those elbows together, squeeze the chest muscles. Inhale. Really opening up those elbows, and then exhale, squeezing those chest muscles back together again. Last one, inhaling to open, and then exhaling to close. Good, let the hands come down into the lap. Readjust your seat if you need to, so we've just got a couple more breathing exercises in our easy seat. This time, inhale the arms up above you. Then as you exhale, twist towards the left. Inhaling the arms back up to center. Then as you exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, arms up through center. Exhale, twist right. Good. One more each way. Inhale up through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale up through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale up through center, and then exhale, bring the hands down. Okay, moving into the neck, because obviously all of our shoulder muscles are all joined into our neck as well. So making an L shape with our forefinger and our thumb, place your thumb and your forefinger onto your collarbones. And then take the other hand, exactly the same position, and place it over the top. So the bottom palm is on your chest and the top palm is resting on your hand. Your fingers and your thumbs are on your collarbones. So having a little bit of pressure straight down on the collarbone. So we're not pushing back and strangling ourselves. We're just pushing straight down. Take the left ear to the left shoulder and just let it hang there for a little while. So you'll feel a really deep stretch down the side of the neck. Really sending the breath deep into the body and just keeping that little bit of pressure on the collarbones just increases that stretch. Then from here, take the chin up towards the ceiling. So you start to feel a diagonal stretch down the front side of the neck, maybe up into the ear. And just have 3 breaths here. Play around with where your chin is to find where you get the best stretch. And then maybe just let the jaw hang open slightly. Gently close the jaw and bring the head back up to center. Switch the hands around the other way. The other hand is on the bottom. Take a nice big inhale. Press down on the collarbones and then let the head go over towards the right. So starting just going straight sideways, so your ears going towards your shoulder. And feel that nice stretch down the side of the neck. 3 breaths here. Then take that chin up into the diagonal. So the chin's going up towards the ceiling. You'll feel the stretch maybe going more up into your jaw and your ear. Press down on the collarbones again and have 3 breaths here. And then let the jaw hang for a breath. Then bring the jaw back. Gently bring the head back to center and release the hands so that the hands come into your lap. This time, keeping the back nice and straight. So the back is still in its upright position. Just allow the chin to come down towards the chest and really stretch out through the back of the head. So you're trying to imagine like someone's got a string stuck here on your head and that's pulling it up whilst you're stretching your chin down towards the chest. And just have 3 breaths here. Excellent. And gently pull the core in and lift the head up. And the last one, we tuck the tip of our tongue behind the lower teeth. And then stick the middle of your tongue out. And then we'll gently look up towards the ceiling. So again, you want to keep length in the back of your neck. So keeping the neck nice and long. Tuck the tip of the tongue behind the teeth and then look up. Bring the tongue back in and then gently bring the head back to centre. Excellent. They're really, really good stretches for releasing out tension in the shoulders and the neck. So hope you enjoyed those. Taking the left arm out straight from the shoulder, we'll cross it across the body and then hooking the other arm mid-forearm, because we never want to hold on to the elbow or the joints. Just stretch that shoulder across. Excellent. Couple of breaths here. Then release that off, stretch the right arm out, cross it across the body, and then hook it with the other arm, mid-forearm, and give it a nice stretch that way. Good. And then releasing that stretch off, take the left arm up above your head, bend at the elbow and let the hands hang down, and then bring your other arm up and see if you can reach the elbow and gently press it down. Again, keeping the back nice and long, so we really are trying to open up into the shoulders here. If it's in your practice and you want to take the top arm around for the bind behind your back, like so, then feel free to do so. Otherwise, just gently pressure with it on the elbow. One more breath here. Then inhaling the arms up, we're going to change the other side. So bending the right arm this time, let the hand hang down the back. And then either press it with the press the elbow with the other hand. Really trying to keep that head up, trying to keep those shoulders open, trying to keep the spine long. And if it's in your practice and you want to do the bind, then do the bind. You can always use a towel or a belt or a scarf doing this kind of exercise as well, if you would rather pull from underneath than push with your hands. Excellent, one more breath here. And then release that one off. And just have a wiggle and a jiggle wherever you need to. Then we'll move into our tabletop position. So bringing the knees underneath the hips, and then the wrists maybe slightly forward of the shoulders or directly onto the shoulders if you have that flexibility in the wrists. And we'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So nice big inhale, let the belly drop, take the sit bones up towards the ceiling and gently look up. Then on an exhale, really curl the tailbone under, arch through the spine, let the head drop. Inhale as you come down, really sinking that belly, looking up, pushing the floor away. Exhale as you change direction, tuck the tailbone, really pull in through the core, arching through the spine. Inhaling as you come down. And then exhaling as you go up. Then coming back to a neutral spine, take the right leg straight out behind you, cross it over the left and drop the toes down towards the floor, and then look around towards those toes. So you get a nice stretch down the left side of the body. Then inhale that head back to center, lift up that back leg, and instead of putting it down, bring it to the front of the mat, to the outside of the right knee, the right hand. And then bring the right hand to the knee and just tease that leg out to the side slightly. So we're going to stretch down the inner thigh into the hip. Good. You can always move and jiggle around here. If there's too much pressure on your back knee, you can lift the back knee up. It's exactly the same stretch. Equally, if you're really bendy and you want to come down onto one elbow or both elbows or onto a block, you can do that too. Nice big inhale. And then bring the hand back to the mat. take the foot back, so we come back into all fours, and we'll move to the other side. So take the left leg out behind you, cross it over the right leg and drop the toes down to the floor, and then look around towards those toes so you have a nice stretch down the left side body this time. And on your next inhale, start to think about moving, bringing the head back to center. And on the exhale, lift that leg up behind you and then bring it to the outside of the left hand. Obviously, give it a little bit of help if it needs it. Sink the hips down, move that left hand to the inside of the left knee, and just push out on that left knee so we get that nice stretch down the inner thigh and into the hip. If it's easier, you can roll over onto the side of your foot. I find that much more comfortable than keeping my foot on the floor. And any pressure in the knees, you can lift the back knee. Again, if you want to come down onto elbows, then feel free to do so. Nice big inhale here. Inhaling, bring the hand back down to the ground. If your back knee's up, ground it down, and then come back to all fours. And just moving through the spine slightly. Inhale, take the hips back towards the heels, and exhale, melt everything down into the mat. Then inhale as you come up over the knees and let the hips hang in hanging cobra, looking forward or maybe slightly up. Exhale as you go back, really take those hips back towards the heels. And then inhale as you come forwards. You can always put cushions under your knees if this is too much on your knees, or you can also do it from child's pose. Instead of rolling over the knees, you can just press through the feet and come into upward facing dog, and then pressing through the feet again, coming back to child's pose. So whichever option suits you best in terms of where you're at today. So we're exhaling as we go back to child's pose, and we're inhaling as we come forwards, stretching the chest through, whichever option you're doing. So one more forwards, nice big inhale. Really stretching out that back, and then exhaling, coming back towards child's pose. Good. This time, really ground down through the fingers. Step your knees up. So we're coming into our first downward facing dog. So really spread the fingers wide. Make sure your wrist creases are in line with the top of your mat. Your knees can be as bent as you want, but try and get your back as long as you can so that your arms are an extension of your spine. So you've got a nice long line from your wrist to your sit bones. Really get comfortable in downward facing dog here. Have a little bit of a bounce, maybe step one heel down, maybe the other heel down, maybe bend the knees a lot and then straighten them a bit. Maybe take the chest further towards the thighs. Have a wiggle and a jiggle wherever your body needs to move tonight. And then really grounding down through the hands and the left leg. Take the right foot up off the floor, bend at the knee, and do 3 circles through your hips. And then when you've done your 3 circles, take them in the other direction for 3. Excellent. And then really stretch that foot up towards the sky, bend the knee, come onto the tiptoes of the standing leg, and then open that hip up towards the ceiling. So we're really getting a good stretch down through the psoas muscle. One more breath here. Then level the hips back out and swing that foot all the way through to the front. Stacking the joints, your knees above your ankle. Really grounding down through that back leg, and then float the arms up into crescent lunge. Nice big inhale here. On the exhale, we spin on the back foot and open into warrior two. So grounding down through that back leg, making sure the heels come down, still keeping that step in the front leg, stretching out through the fingertips. Nice big inhale here. On the exhale, drop the hands and join them behind you. So again, depends on your anatomy, whether you're more comfortable with your palms facing in or whether you'd rather twist the hands and face them into the ground. Equally, if you can't reach your hands, bend your elbows and hold onto the wrists or the elbows, wherever is comfortable for you. Really open the shoulders and then moving from the hips, come forwards into humble warrior. So we're hanging our head down, we're really getting a stretch in that hip, really ground down through the feet, make sure the legs are strong. Nice big inhale here. On the exhale, pull in the core, come all the way up, keeping those legs strong, and then release the hands. Wiggling the hands around to frame the front foot, twist on those back toes, and then step the front leg back to plank. Take the knees down to the floor, take the chest and the chin down towards the floor, and then inhale as you scoot your way through into cobra. Nice big inhale here. Exhale as you come down, tuck the toes, take the hips back towards the heels, and all the way up into downward facing dog. Again, have a little bit of a wiggle and a jiggle here, move around where you need to. And then grounding down to your hands, grounding down to the right foot, float the left foot up behind you. To start with, bend the knee and do 3 circles through the hip. Making those circles as big as you can, really getting into the maximum movement in your hip. Then take 3 circles in the other direction. Excellent. And then stretch that foot right up to the ceiling. Come up onto the tiptoes of the standing leg. Bend the knee of the top leg and then open the hip up towards the ceiling. Really stretch those toes over your back towards the right shoulder. Checking in with the front shoulders, making sure they're still level. Really feel that stretch into the psoas muscle. Nice big inhale. Then on the exhale, bring the knee forward, really squeezing it in towards the body and bringing it to the front of the mat. Grounding down through the feet, make sure the knee is stacked above ankle. Then inhale the arms up into crescent lunge on this side. Get comfortable in the pose, really make sure the legs are strong. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, pivot on the back foot and open up to the side into warrior two. So really making sure that our feet have a strong connection with the ground, sinking down in our hips, but making sure we can still see the toes in front of that front knee. Nice big inhale here, really stretching through the fingers, looking out over those front fingertips. Then on the exhale, allow your hands to drop and take whichever variation you did on the other side. So either holding hands or wrists or elbows, or a scarf or a belt, if that's easier for you. Really open up the shoulders and then keeping the legs still, move from the hips as you fold forward into humble warrior. Really feeling that stretch through the backs of the shoulders, really grounding down through those feet so the feet are really strong. Nice big inhale here. As you exhale, try and relax into the pose. Nice big inhale. On the exhale, tighten the core, really press down through the feet and bring your body back up, releasing the hands. Inhaling up in front of you, twisting on the back toes, floating them down as you exhale, then step back to plank. So you can do chaturanga up dog here if you like, otherwise bring the knees to the ground, bring the chest and the chin to the ground, and then swoop forward into cobra. Really opening the chest, letting the shoulders relax down the back. Nice big inhale. Exhale, release down to the ground, tuck the toes, press through the hands, and go all the way back to child's pose. 2 breaths here. Excellent. And coming up into your tabletop. So you can either keep your knees on the ground, or if you have any pain in the knees, you can do this in downward facing dog. But essentially, keeping the left knee down, we'll stretch the right leg out behind us, bend at the knee, and then 3 circles through the hips here. And then take those circles in the other direction. And then put that leg down, and we'll do it with the other leg. So again, you can do this in down dog if you need to, but stretch the leg up behind you, bend the knee, and then 3 circles through the hip. Three circles the other way. Excellent. If you're in down dog, come back down to all fours. If you're in all fours, then perfect. Okay, so this time we're going to take the left leg out behind us, bring the left leg forwards to the outside of the hand, and we're going to keep the left hand on the floor and raise the right arm up towards the ceiling, so an open twist. Any pain in the back leg, you can lift the back knee. It's exactly the same whichever way you do it. From here, 3 big circles through the shoulders. So really getting that movement as big as you can make it, reaching back behind you as you come around the back of the shoulder. Excellent. And then take those circles in your direction. Beautiful. Then bring that hand back to the floor. If you have your knee down, perfect. If you don't, then just pop it back down onto the ground. And then take a nice big inhale, and inhale the left arm up towards the ceiling for an open twist. Then taking that hand to the back of the head, take a nice big inhale, open the shoulder. And then exhale, curl that elbow round towards your right elbow. So you're inhaling to open up towards the ceiling, exhaling, curling down. It's like a sideways cat-cow. Inhaling to open, exhaling to curl. Inhaling to open that elbow up to the ceiling, exhale to curl. Excellent. Inhale up, stretch that hand up, and then bring the hand back down to the mat. And take that front foot all the way back to kneeling. Then we'll do the other side. So stretching the right leg out behind you. Bring the right leg to the outside edge of your right hand. Again, if your knee is sore in the back, you can always lift the back knee up. Then inhale the left arm up to the ceiling and do 3 circles through the left shoulder. Really reaching that arm back and around. And then once you've done 3 circles one way, take them the other way. And then float that hand back to the ground. If you have your back knee up, drop it back down. Inhale the right arm up towards the ceiling. Then bend the elbow and take the right hand to the back of the head. Inhale, really open that elbow to the ceiling. Exhale, curl around toward the left elbow. Inhale, open the right elbow up to the ceiling. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open it up and take the hand all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, float the hand back down to the mat. And then take the front foot back into your tabletop. Then take your hips down towards the floor into child's pose and have a couple of breaths in child's pose. Because we're doing the shoulders today, you can either have your hands straight out in front of you for child's pose, or you can completely relax through the shoulders and bring the hands towards the feet. Then gently weight back into your heels and roll the spine back up to sitting. Take the hands in front of you, tuck the toes, and just come into a little crouching position. And then really thinking about grounding down into your toes, squeezing the inner thighs together. We'll stand all the way up, reaching the arms up above our heads, and then bringing the heels down to the mat as we bring our hands down to heart center. Inhale those arms up. And then exhale, fold forward all the way down towards the mat. Inhale, nice long back, long neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long back, long neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, really long back, long neck. Exhale, fold. Then bend the knees a lot. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, the arms up above you. And then exhale, swing your right arm underneath the left. If you can cross, twist and wrap, fabulous. Otherwise, hold on to your shoulders. It's the same stretch either way. Then taking a nice big inhale and making sure that the feet are hips width distance or more. As we exhale, we're going to bend our knees and take our elbows between our knees. Inhale as we come up, really using the core muscles. And then exhale, bend those legs, bend those knees, and hang forwards. Inhale as we come all the way up. And then exhale as we come forwards. Inhale all the way up, and this time release the arms. Good. Inhale, arms up. This time as you exhale, swing the left arm underneath the right arm and either cross them and hold on to the shoulders, or if you can wrap the hands, fabulous. Nice big inhale, really grounding down through our feet. Exhale, fold forward, elbows between knees. Pull the core in, squeeze the inner thighs as we inhale up. And then exhale, bend the knees as we fold forward. One more, inhale as we come all the way up, really using that core, squeezing the inner thighs. Exhale to fold forward, bending those knees. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale, release the arms and give them a little shake out. Good. So coming to the middle of your mats, just so you've got a little bit of space. This time we'll take our hands crossed, so inhaling them up, exhale, cross the right arm to the left, and this time everybody hold on to the shoulders. And then sit down in chair. Taking a nice big inhale, really pull the core in, and then lift the right leg up, cross it over your standing leg and sit down. Keeping the shoulders up, keeping the head up. Sit down a little bit deeper. Take a nice big inhale. Focus on a point that helps you to balance. Good. One more breath here. And then exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Nice big inhale, pull the core in, and then exhale, put the foot to the floor and stand up nice and straight. Good. Release the hands. Take a nice big inhale, and this time exhale left underneath the right. Hold on to the shoulders. Another nice big inhale, and then exhale down into our chair. Really feel the mat beneath your feet. Inhale, pull the core in, and as you exhale, lift the left leg, cross it over the right and sit down. Find a point to focus on. Pull the inner core in, pull those inner thighs towards one another. Keep the chest open, keep the head up. Nice big inhale. See if you can sit a little bit deeper. Good. Nice big inhale. Exhale, pull the core in and then release the legs. Stand up, release the arms. Have a little shake around. Okay, one more balance with all of our joints involved in this one. So eagle pose. So we're inhaling our arms up above the head. Exhaling, crossing the right arm to left. And you can either hold your shoulders or do the cross twist and wrap. Then bending down, so you're coming into chair pose. We'll lift the right leg up and cross it over the left, coming into eagle legs. Either stay here, or if it's in your practice, you can wrap the foot around the back of the calf. 3 breaths, really focusing on your point of stability, pulling that core in, pressing down through the foot and the toes on the mat, really pulling the inner thighs towards one another, really hugging the arms, lift the elbows slightly, sit down a little bit more. Nice big inhale. On the exhale, pull the core in, unwrap the legs, unwrap the arms. Good job. Other side. So ground down through those feet. Inhale the arms up above your head. And then left under right this time. Either holding onto the shoulders or crossing, twisting and wrapping. It's up to you. Take a nice big inhale. Sit down into your chair. From here, take another big inhale, pull the core in, and then lift up the left leg, cross it over the right. If that's it for you today, that's perfect. Stay there, really focusing on squeezing the inner thighs together. If it's in your practice and you want to wrap the foot around the ankle, then feel free to do that. Making sure you can feel your knee is still above your ankle and you're not dropping in. Really pull the core muscles in, find a point of focus to help you stabilize. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another, pull the core muscles in, maybe lift the elbows up slightly, sit down a little deeper, keep the head up. Nice big inhale here. Excellent, exhale, release. Good work guys, well done. One more little flow and then we'll go down to the ground. So coming to the fronts of your mats. Inhaling the arms all the way up above. And then exhale, fold forward, bending the knees a lot. Inhale, halfway lift, long back, long neck. Exhale, fold forwards. Step the left leg back. Keeping the left hand on the mat. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky, really opening up that shoulder. And then exhale, bring that hand back down to the mat. And then inhale the left arm up. And then exhale the left hand down. Good. Step the right leg all the way back and through into 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip up towards the ceiling. Really getting a stretch into that psoas muscle. Nice big inhale here. Pulling the core in nice and tightly. Bring the hips back to level. Squeeze the knee in towards your nose. And then take that right foot over to the left, stretching out the leg and dropping the foot to the floor. Then we'll inhale the left arm up into fallen star. Nice big inhale here. And then exhale, float that hand back down to the mat. Pull the core muscles in, hug that right leg in again. Stretch it out behind you in three-legged dog. And then float it down to the mat. Nice big inhale in downward facing dog. Then as you exhale, come forwards into plank. And either do knees, chest, chin, or come down through chaturanga. And then into cobra, or upward facing dog. Whichever you chose, come back down towards the mat, tuck the toes, take the hips back towards the heels, and then up into downward facing dog again. Nice big inhale here. Move and wiggle wherever you need to. Nice big exhale here. And then bending the knees and looking forwards, either step, jump or dance to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forward. Bend the knees a lot. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with the right leg this time. So really keeping those legs strong, knees stacked above the front ankle, and really pressing down through the back toes. Keep the right hand on the mat, inhale the left one up towards the sky. Exhale, float that hand back down. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, float that hand back down. Really ground down through the hands, take the weight in the back leg, and then take the front leg back and all the way up into three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open that hip, really stretch the psoas muscle on the left side. Nice big inhale here. Nice big exhale. As you inhale, level off the hips again. And then as you exhale, squeeze the knee in towards the nose. Take the foot across the body and stretch it out so the outside edge of the left foot comes down to the ground. Inhale the right arm up into fallen star. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, bring that hand back down to the mat. And then really squeeze that knee back in. Stretch it all the way back up into three-legged dog, really getting a nice stretch down the back of the standing leg. And then float that foot back down to the ground. Nice big inhale in downward dog, moving wherever you need to move. Nice big exhale here. Then inhale, bend your knees, look forwards. And as you exhale, jump, skip, step, or dance to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Then take a quarter turn to come sideways on your mat. Take a great big step. Toes still pointing forwards, unless you have any active sciatica or lower back pain, in which case let the toes turn slightly out. Really keeping the legs strong, so engaging all of those muscles. Hands on hips. We're literally going to tilt from the hips, not moving anything else, until we come into like a upside down letter L. Then bring the left hand to the ground in front of your face and reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Nice big inhale here. On the exhale, bring the right hand down and lift the left hand up. Inhale as you switch to the other side. Really reaching up through that top hand, and then exhale as you switch towards the left. Inhale, switching back towards the right. And then exhale, switching back towards the left. Brilliant. Then bring both hands to the ground. Have a little stretch out through the back of the neck, making everything long. And then walk the hands back below you. Bend the knees and come up into goddess pose. We'll take the hands towards the knees, stretching one shoulder in towards the middle and really pushing the knee away, and then coming to the other side. Just getting a nice stretch through the hips and the side body. Perfect. And then coming straight up, straightening the legs again. Heel toe the feet in a little bit. And we're going to go all the way down to the mat. So whether you can come into some sort of yogi squat, hands on knees or hands on the floor, that's absolutely fine. If Malasana is in your practice, then you can come down into Malasana. But we essentially want there to be some flexion in our hips, our knees and our ankles. So wherever that is for you today. Equally, sometimes Malasana is on your tiptoes if you don't have enough flexibility in your ankles. And if this is too much on your knees, then don't do it. Put your hands down onto the floor and just do a gentle squat. Good. And then bringing the bottom all the way down to the floor, stretch the legs out in front of you. Bringing the right knee in towards the body. Take the right foot up and over the stretched leg. And then turn around towards the right. So you're hugging in towards the thigh that is bent. Take the right hand, place it on the ground behind you. Nice big inhale to really lift up through the waist to make the spine long. Then as you exhale, see if you can twist a little more. Inhale, exhale, twist. One more, inhale, really lengthen. Exhale, twist. Then coming back through center, just go the other way for a little counter twist, a very gentle opening. And then back to center, take the right leg out long and bring the left leg in towards the body. Then take that foot up and over the knee, hugging around towards the right, so the arm comes and hugs around the leg. Take the left hand behind you onto the floor. Inhale, really stretch up through the spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, twist. Beautiful. Come all the way back around to the front, all the way around to the other side, and just do a gentle twist, counter twist on the other side. Back to center. Untangle the legs. Twist around on your yoga mat. Bringing the feet to the floor. We're going to come down into laying position. If you want to challenge your core on the way down, then bring your hands out in front of you and go down really, really, really slowly, pulling those core muscles in, curling the back as it comes into contact with the ground, really engaging through the legs, pulling the inner thighs towards one another, and then slowly, slowly, slowly come all the way down to the mat. Whichever you chose, bring your feet in towards your hips, arms down by your sides. To start with, take the right leg up towards the ceiling, flex the foot, and then we'll twist the foot outwards so the toes are pointing to 45 degrees outwards, and then twist the leg as far in as your anatomy allows. So inhaling it out, exhaling it in, inhaling it out, exhaling it in. 3 more. Inhale out, exhale in, inhale out, exhale in, inhale out, exhale in. Good. Take that leg back down, take the left leg up, flex the foot, inhale the toes out, and we're moving our whole leg here, not just the foot. Exhale in, inhale out, exhale in, inhale out, exhale in. 3 more. So moving the whole leg from the hip, keeping the rest of the leg flexed and engaged. Inhaling out, exhaling in. 1 more. Inhale out, exhale in. Good. Put that foot back down to the ground. Inhale the right leg up, cross it over the left leg. Then we'll sit up and stretch our hands through and try and grasp around the back of the thigh or over the shin, whatever's more comfortable for you. And then just come back down to the mat, relaxing the head back onto the ground, and just have a gentle rock from side to side. Maybe pushing out with the right elbow so that you get an extra stretch into the right glute. Then if you can, take a nice big inhale and squeeze the knees into your chest a little bit more. Then release that off, untangle the legs, then take the left leg up to the ceiling and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Squeeze the knees in, lift up and feed your hands through, threading the needle, and then bring your head back to the mat on this side. Then gently have a rock from side to side, noticing which side is tighter. Maybe press out with the elbow slightly. Excellent. And then see if you can pull those knees in a little bit more towards your chest. And then release that off. This time, take both feet up to the ceiling, and both arms up to the ceiling. Cross the right arm underneath the left and either hold on to the shoulders or cross, twist and wrap. Then take the right leg over the left and see if you can cross or twist or wrap the legs. Bending the knees, take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, crunch the elbows towards the knees, lay down eagle pose, or reclined eagle pose, I think is the correct name. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, squeeze. Good. Inhale, relax back, untangle the arms, bring them down by your sides, untangle the legs, stretch the legs out long, stretch the arms out long. Nice big inhale and exhale, and then take the feet back up to the ceiling, hands back up to the ceiling. This time, cross left under right, then either hold onto the shoulders or twist and wrap. And then cross the left leg over the right, and then wrap the legs and bend the knees into 45-degree angle. Nice big inhale here, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, crunch elbows to knees. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, crunch elbow to knees. Inhale, stretch out. Untangle the arms, untangle the legs. Stretch the legs out long, stretch the arms up above your head. Really stretch the body from your fingertips to the tips of your toes. And then bring the arms straight out from your shoulders. Hug the knees in towards the chest. A nice big inhale here. Take the feet down towards the floor. Take the right leg up towards the ceiling. Cross it over the left so your ankle is across the thigh. Take a nice big inhale and then roll both legs over towards the right. Trying to keep the shoulders grounded, trying to keep the arms and the hands grounded. Nice big inhale and then exhale your head to the left. On the next inhale, bring your head to center. On the exhale, squeeze the belly in and roll the hips back down onto the mat. Straighten out the right leg, bring the right foot back to the mat, and then inhale the left leg up to the ceiling and cross it over the right leg. Take a nice big inhale, then exhale the legs over towards the left, grounding down through the shoulders as you inhale again. Exhale, roll the head over towards the right. Really grounding down through the hands, the arms, the shoulders. Taking the breath deep into the body. And then exhale, really relaxing and releasing onto your mat. Your next big inhale, roll your head back to center. On the next exhale, roll the hips back onto the mat. Inhale the top leg up towards the ceiling and then exhale the foot down. We're moving into final Savasana now. So bringing your arms down by your sides and take the legs out long, let the feet fall open. Any lower back pain or active sciatica, then bring the feet to the floor and let the knees roll in. Or if you feel like because you've done so much work on the hips tonight that you'd rather let the hips open than come into butterfly legs, so soles of the feet together and then let the knees fall apart. Arms down by your sides, palms up, tuck the shoulders underneath the body and relax everything onto the mat. Becoming aware of any sounds you can hear in the far distance. Then becoming aware of any sounds within the house or the room that you're practicing in. And then become aware of any sounds very close to you, maybe even in your own body. Maybe the sound of you breathing, maybe the sound of your heartbeat. And know that your body is completely relaxed and supported by your mat. As the breath flows smoothly in and out of your body in its natural rhythm, everything is calm and relaxed, laid on your mat. Gently bring your awareness back to your body, noticing any sounds you can hear, maybe the sound of you breathing. And take your awareness into the room that you're practicing in. Any sounds you can hear in the near distance, maybe in the house. And then take your awareness to those sounds in the far distance. Then gently start to move the body. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes or stretching them out and making the fist. Maybe circling through the ankles or the wrists. Move your body wherever it needs to go. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your side and use your hands to push yourself back up into seated. We'll do 3 breaths to finish off, in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you'd like to do lion's breath, then really stretch the chest forward and stick the tongue out as you exhale. Okay, nice big inhale. Thank you for coming to practice and play with me this evening. I hope you enjoyed it.